Hey, what's going on, everyone? Your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. What's going on, Apollo Nation? Today is another episode of Talk Apollo Talk, and today I review NXT Takeover Toronto. What a show that was! I was there live, as I announced in one of my previous videos. Amazing show. 5 stars. I've been to, so far, 4 live wrestling events. I was at the Ricoh Coliseum for 3 of them, including last December for a live event. I was at the Ricoh Coliseum for Roadblock earlier in March. Amazing to see Triple H live. And I was there for a SummerSlam tour. I believe it was in July, which was another great show. But this is NXT. They out topped everything. Like, damn, that was a great show. The trip there was great. The parking was great. It was just a lucky night. And then once we got there, kicked off great. We got I haven't checked the pre-show out yet or anything else like in full. But being in the crowd, we got to see Rich Swann take on a jobber. Hate to say it, I can't remember the name. It seemed like a jobber. Maybe this person competed in a cruiserweight classic match, but did not ring a bell. So basically, they started up. It was a good pop for Rich Swann because, come on, can you handle this? Like, Rich Swann's great. But then all of a sudden the lights go out, and out comes Sanity. If this wasn't taped, then what a waste of time, because the entrance was awesome, the experience was awesome. I figured they'd have to be here somewhere. It's Eric Young. How are you not going to put Eric Young in Canada? Like, give me a break. But it was an awesome moment to see them come out. They basically whipped Swan and the jobber senselessly. Did Young actually did a little promo, which was cool. We got a good pop for that, and then they're leaving. Out comes No Way Jose from the side and tells them to get back in. Not for a match, but they fought for a bit. Nikki Cross apparently does not know how to hit a top rope drop kick. Missile drop kick. Try. But yes, it was good. Like, it was great to see No Way Jose because of course we popped for him, but eventually he did get beaten down. Sandy walked out again, all that stuff. And then we got on the pre-show that 6 women's tag match they were talking about. It was Nikki paying Aaliyah, I think, because she's from Canada. I think her name was Aaliyah, and Ember Moon, who had a great entrance. Basically, the only one that's kind of relevant in the division right now, taking on names that I don't really care too much about, including their surprise opponent, um, who is doing the Ken Shamrock gimmick, has UFC gloves and everything. And what did they do? They lost. Little botch from Ember Moon's top rope stunner, but it wasn't her fault because the opponent was a little too far away from it. But it was okay. It was okay, and then of course the main show hit, and we saw the choir getting set up for Bobby Roode's entrance. We knew right away. Oh, this is gonna be so awesome, so incredibly awesome. But it's funny, they come out and it felt like a complete waste of time. They did an intro, and did they just like being in the live show, you could not hear them or their mics or nothing after they did their intro, and then the real song hit. It was all us, all the crowd. So, none of that. It was great to see Jim Ross and Pat Patterson sitting there too, 2 legends of the business. That was awesome. Um, of course, Bobby Roode entrance amazing. Ty Dillinger entrance amazing. Match awesome. One annoying part was on the side we were sitting at, so the cameras pointing that way were like in front of the camera high up, and where we're looking, we saw the ring apron fell down. So we just started chanting, "Fix it," and like all those chants. And it took them like the whole match to fix that little bit of ring apron. And I'm dead serious. I think one guy just got under the ring and just held it up. It's just like, okay, weird. Of course, we got all the 10 chants, and not just for that match. We chanted 10 for every count the referee was doing. It was awesome. And of course, Bobby Roode winning the match, probably the right decision. I think Ty might be going up to the main roster soon. He might be number 10 in the Royal Rumble, because if he isn't 10, then what are you doing, WWE? But yeah, Bobby Roode, he does have a new finisher too. He has it's the Execution, the Impaler DDT. I like it way better than his old finisher. The Glorious Bomb, which is basically just a pump handle slam, I think. Give me a break. Execution, way better. Way better. Love it. So yeah, that match was great. And then immediately put the crowd down by the stupid shark cage thing. Like, what a waste of time. Like, I knew the Authors of Pain were going to win too. That's the sad part. Because over history, anyone who's ever been put up in a cage as a manager, their team or person always wins. But what pissed me off was he threw the chain down. The chain did diddly squat. Like, it didn't have any impact on the ending. I'm wondering if it was an accident to throw it in the crowd, and they're like, oh crap, we need a new finish. Oh, let's do a regular one so we piss everyone off. And they did. Waste of time. Hit their finisher, that's it. I knew TM61 wouldn't win. They're not established much. They really wasted what they could have done with Sanity and DIY, but I'm not complaining about that. Authors of Pain won. I let it slide. It looks like they're going to be the next tag team champions. They might win the titles at the next takeover because, as we know, NXT does not face tag team champions. I'm going to get into that in just a second. It was cool to see Triple H, William Regal, and Dustin Rhodes come out from the crowd and just stand and everything. Like, it was just cool to see them again. But yeah, a little bit of the chant, "Where's Cody?" But nah, not something we're going to get into. But of course, next, which woke the crowd up right away, I still think this match should have been second last. It was the 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Obviously, match of the night. Obviously, by far, amazing. 5 stars. Revival getting the first fall after catching Johnny going for his spear from the apron into Shatter Machine. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool moment to watch. And then DIY trying to get every single roll up they can, and I'm just like, oh my god, when's this gonna end? Like, I was just out if I see it. But finally DIY hit their finisher, like their running knee and kick, like both guys do it, and they got the second fall. Oh man, the rest of the match, just unbelievable. It's like, oh, who's gonna get the fall? Oh, cheating. It looked like it was a repeat of NXT Brooklyn, where Tommaso got pushed into the ring post, and then they had Johnny in the leg submission. And he's like, "Oh, that's happened." And he did crawl and make it to the ropes, and he was a little bit away. What pisses me off about that, he was beside the damn ropes at NXT Brooklyn, and he couldn't do squat. Oh, just moments like that. But anyway, the ending was 5 stars. Johnny got his submission in, and then Tommaso got his submission in, and the Revival are holding each other's hands. The crowd's going nuts, and finally they tap, and we have new NXT Tag Team Champions. Oh, what a moment that was. That's like the greatest match I've ever seen live, without a doubt. And then moving on to the NXT Women's title match. It's funny, I watched WTF Moments on What Culture Wrestling, the YouTube channel. Apparently King Ross forgets that people do give out masks to the crowds. So I would go on the internet and check that stuff out, you filthy mark. But yeah, they handed out masks for Asuka. I think the crowd actually was in more support of Asuka than I would have thought, because I feel like the whole character thing is getting old, like really old in my opinion. But it was okay. Entrances were great. It was great to see Mickey's entrance again. I never would have thought I'd see Mickey James live. She was okay. The problem was they did not give her enough credit. They didn't give her enough time either. The match was just about 10 minutes. And in the end, Mickey just tapped out to the Asuka loss. It was just like, didn't even hit her DDT or anything. It was just like, okay, that happened. Moving on. And then main event, Samoa Joe, Shinsuke Nakamura, NXT title. I love those entrances. The botch when the announcer said the challenger, Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, you kind of spoiling the ending there too, because yeah, Samoa Joe is the new NXT champion. I finally got to see Nakamura lose with my own eyes. I finally get to see someone win the NXT championship twice. And 2 title changes that night. I was just hoping to see 1, but 2. Whew. Good show. Good solid show. Excuse me. It's funny, like when Joe won, I feel like the people I was around were just kind of shocked and just like not moving. I stood up for at least 5 minutes just chanting like a mark. Like, I was psyched. It was amazing to see Joe win that. And I'm wondering where they're going to go with it now, too, because I was wondering if Samoa Joe loses, does he come up to the main roster tomorrow night and screw over Brock Lesnar? But obviously that's not what they're getting into right now, or is it? You never know, WWE. But yeah, Joe won. They played his old music, which was really stupid. I really wasn't paying attention. I was too busy chanting Joe until my friend pointed it out for me. But yeah, that was really stupid. Done. You and your big teeth. But no, that's not my job. But it is fun to say it. Um, yeah, overall, amazing show, amazing experience. I wish I had a time machine because I'd love to revisit it again. Will Survivor Series top it? No, it won't. But hopefully, it will do a great job. Keep it real.